How challenges convention in three parts. First of all, introduction for my product, how it follows conventions, and then summary. For my magazine, it will not be challenging or going against these of socio groups. My product is sports related primarily to football, which means I've taken bits from high tier magazine creators such as 442 and World Soccer, which are subjective similarities. My product will instead be representing a certain social group through a certain aspect or way. To start with creating my product, you may include four things particularly in mind. One being layout, fonts, coloring, the most essential being the photo image used in the final product. For the font, I've used mostly sans serif with no serif. The layout is normally 200 pixels with 27 centimeter pixels. The colors I've used are simple and convenient for design time being. These colors include black, white, red, and yellow. These colors and fonts are inspired from other magazines related to my product. For my photo, I've taken in a plain background with the time being close to around 4 p.m. After taking the pictures, I've placed them in my Photoshop work and added a false background, meaning the person's head interferes with the main masthead. My product would normally represent a group of teenagers and a slight hint of middle-aged people. The way it would be presented is in a few factors: clothing, a single prop, then possible meaning of photos. Most people associate football with young teens and partially middle-aged people when it comes to the thought of it. Most teens and middle-aged people take a look at my product since they may want to curiously peek or to possibly fit in. Let's say in a scenario someone may feel left out. They may pick up my magazine and take a read through it to learn more about football and news related to it. And to their advantage, they may use the knowledge they gathered from reading my magazine and will fit in with multiple others, including the sport. While my product seems deemable, I would say there's a slight tinge of a problem with it. Since it is a football product, it may have a problem that's only included in the Middle East, which is women's football. Since the Middle East interprets women in a certain way, with this they face a controversial decision not to host women's game and instead focus on the men. Due to this, it could cause backlash and possibly misogyny, in which with my hardest efforts I really need to avoid my magazine product. Last problem is jealousy. Some teens may feel just looking at my product since they see someone that has a competitive advantage to them and may feel a sense of unpleased and jealousy. Moving on to the two-page spread text. It's conventional for football magazines to have many text and information in their magazines. This is why I've added small text with so much information for a TID, so that the audience reading my magazine can read and learn from the small yet long text. And the more text there is, the more formal and confident my magazine seems to turn out to be. Moving on to the colors I have used. I've used a palette of oranges being black, white, yellow, and red. I've used these colors since they are conventional and have their own unique meanings. For example, red can be portrayed as dominant, expressive, black can seem dull but at the same time be dangerous, yellow is purely brightness and happiness, white is angelic and clean. Moving on to my masthead. The first thing we can notice is the blocky sans serif with the text written as 532. Most people take a look and immediately understand that 532 is a formation in the sport of football, in which my products are about football, and with the font and writing, it makes the masthead seem more professional and established. In the audience perspective, while other details aren't noticeable, I did put a slight bit of shadow and rotated the masthead to a certain degree.